This morning on Daybreak, a man has died after a stabbing in Springfield last night.
And it might be a new school year, but parking problems persist on Missouri State's campus.
Plus, Arkansas students spread the word about not spreading the flu. We'll explain about that and more coming up this morning for you on Daybreak.
Good morning and thanks for waking up with us. It's Thursday, August 22nd. I'm Lauren Barnes.
And I'm Joe Morano. Plenty to get to. The flu story, of course, very big. As we know, last flu season was very deadly in Missouri and Arkansas.
Yeah, that was a rough one, so we'll have to stay tuned for this year, but that's a story that's coming up. You also, we didn't mention, you have a neat pickleball story coming up later in the hour, too.
I've got to put a little spotlight on this sport that is fast-growing, but still not a lot of people know about. So we'll dissect that a little bit. It'll be a lot of fun. But I don't know if getting outside to do that is really worth it today, because I was looking at a very active radar for Elisa earlier this morning, huh?
Yeah, we've got some showers, some storms, and some flooding concerns this morning. Not everywhere, but we've gotten these storms to drop 3 inches of rain in some spots very quickly overnight.
Yeah, I noticed the road's a little more wet than I anticipated as I was driving to work.
Yeah, we're starting out with some wet conditions. The front is spliced across the Ozarks, so we've got a flash flood watch along and north of I-44 this morning, where we have that greatest threat for these locally heavy downpours. It goes through 10 a.m., so we're looking at that morning commute time for this rain threat. Looking at the radar, again, we've got some spotty showers and storms, but the storms that we have do have locally heavy downpours. A flash flood warning goes through 10:30 this morning for parts of Newton County, where up to 3 inches of rain has fallen near the creeks and the basins, so you want to be careful there, especially around Neosho. There's been reports of 3 inches of rain falling in just about an hour and a half. We've got some very heavy downpours from Bentonville up through Cassville, and lots of lightning there, and then another batch around Phillipsburg along the I-44 corridor, and then just to the north of Springfield. So some wet roads possible out there this morning, and those downpours could be heavy. 71 degrees in Springfield right now. It's 68 in Rolla and 69 in West Plains. Again, we're looking at some heavy rain, especially early today, and we keep that chance for some scattered showers and storms on the roads. By dismissal, much cooler than yesterday because of the clouds and the rain. 83 degrees. Yesterday we hit, what was it, 94, so much cooler. We do have an isolated severe threat with these storms today. We'll chat about that coming up in a couple of minutes.
We begin this hour with some breaking news for you. A man has died after being stabbed last night in Springfield. Police responded to this incident on West Walnut Street at about 9 o'clock last night. The victim was taken to a hospital and died shortly after arriving. Police do have a suspect in custody in connection to this. We're still tracking story details and waiting for the identities to be revealed. We'll keep you updated as we get them.
In education coverage, Missouri State's campus is flooded with students trying to get to their classes on time, but that means a parking headache for some. The university currently is under investigation by the Attorney General's office for an alleged parking ticket quota. The school declined an interview on the topic of parking, but is fully cooperating with that investigation. Michael Lassman is a junior at MSU who says the first week is usually when lots are most congested.
It's just the same problem every year. The first week of school is, everyone's here. Everyone's actually excited to go to class for the first couple of days, so that means everyone goes, and there's not enough parking.
According to MSU, since the 2014-15 school year, the school has written more than 96,000 violations, which came out to $3 million in fines.
Evangel University is trying to make reductions in energy and water usage on campus, and now it'll have more money to help because of a $300,000 grant. The Sunderland Foundation is providing the money out of Kansas. The money has helped the school upgrade nearly 800 lighting units to LED in 2 halls on campus, and also gave way to new plumbing. More than $26,000 in savings are projected from these improvements.
Some Missouri Power customers could see higher rates. Liberty Utilities has submitted a rate increase request to the Missouri Public Service Commission. Liberty operates Empire District Electric. The commission has 11 months to review the request. If approved, it would mean a roughly 6% rate increase per month for residential customers who use about 1,000 kilowatt hours. Liberty Empire hasn't asked for a rate increase in 4 years and says it's invested more than $330 million in system-wide upgrades since 2016.
We move to some political coverage for you this morning. Governor Mike Parson has announced a special session coming up to address car sales tax allowances.
The special session will begin on September 9th and run along with the veto session.
It'll focus on amending a state statute to allow the sales proceeds of more than one vehicle, trailer, boat, or outboard motor to be used as a credit against the sales tax owed on the purchase of another vehicle. The Missouri Supreme Court recently ruled that the sales proceeds of only one vehicle may be used as a credit against the sales tax owed on the purchase of a new one. So during this special session, the legislature may amend the state law to allow for the sale of multiple vehicles to be used as a credit.
This amendment would line up with the Department of Revenue's prior practices and what consumers have come to expect. House Minority Leader Crystal Quade calls this special session unnecessary, though. In a statement released on Facebook, Quade cites health care coverage and weak gun laws.
That's right. She also says, quote, "There are several issues that demand immediate legislative attention and would justify the cost of a special session. Creating another unnecessary tax break for a handful of people is not one of them."
Switching to your medical coverage now, a new warning about painkiller addiction and how it can start after a common surgery.
About 5 million Americans choose to have their wisdom teeth removed each year. Dr. Chad Brummett studies pain at the University of Michigan and says despite research showing that a combination of acetaminophen and ibuprofen is superior to treat pain, dentists are still prescribing too many opioids to young adults.
For many, dental care, such as wisdom teeth extraction, is the first opioid exposure. Could be like 50,000 kids each year becoming new chronic opioid users after just something simple like a wisdom tooth extraction.
Dr. Brummett's research found that simply filling an opioid prescription after wisdom tooth surgery more than doubled the odds of continued use among patients who had never used those painkillers before.
The American Dental Association has released updated guidelines recommending use of alternative pain relievers and a maximum 7-day supply when opioids are necessary.
After updating its guidelines, dentists wrote almost 500,000 fewer prescriptions in 2017 compared to 5 years earlier.
Fayetteville's mayor and UAMS students are speaking out about not spreading the flu. Pharmacy students in Arkansas and Fayetteville Mayor Lionel Jordan held a vaccine clinic about this, giving information about vaccines and how to prevent the spread of illness. More than 32,000 people in Arkansas got the virus this past flu season. The Arkansas Department of Health also reported 113 deaths.
Early fall is better. I think flu shots are coming out really soon, so we'll have them the 1st of September. And it goes all the way through April that you can get vaccinated, but it'd be better to get it done in the fall, just so you don't get it, because prime flu season is in the fall.
University of Arkansas medical science students are trained on immunizations and practice giving them before administering them to the public.
Still up for you this morning on Daybreak, President Trump is calling out automakers who don't support his new fuel efficiency plan.
And more illnesses from people who vape. That's in your Money Watch straight ahead.
From Color 10 Ozarks First, Lauren Barnes, Joe Morano, and weather with meteorologist Elisa Raffa. This is Color 10 News Daybreak.